Could get our knees broke, or we can check out the streets.
We can always click back on the house, right?
Yeah.
No, it's
Getting our knees broke.
knees. It is.
Alright, get right into it. I have a Mike's Hard Seltzer.
Oh.
Some delicious pasta in my belly. I'm ready to go.
I'm eating gummy bears again.
Healthy, nice. Let's go talk to Sakura about lunch. It's a big household. It's much easier to get it rolling with two people. Normally, Sakura lives at the Mato residence, but she stays here for weekends and holidays. Ryder and Saber prefer the Japanese-style rooms in the main wing, while Sakura and Tosuka took a liking to the detached Western rooms. Add to this Fujine and Ilya, who come over for meals, and you could say the Emiya residence has experienced explosive population growth.
This is cooking with the Emiya family.
Are you there, Sakura?
Huh? Senpai? Just a moment. No. It's okay, right?
So, is it okay or not? The reply isn't at all clear. Does this okay mean yes, come in, or maybe okay, hold on? If I bothered her at the wrong time, wouldn't it be better to come back later? Hey, if you're busy, it can wait.
No. Okay, come in.
Alright, I'm coming in.
Sorry to keep you waiting. So what is it, Senpai?
I came for some advice regarding lunch. It's a bit early, but I thought we could get it done stress-free if we start ahead of time.
That is... Thank you very much.
Well, it's not something you should be thanking me for, but... Her shyness is contagious.
Oh my god.
How embarrassing. Even though I should have gotten used to it by now, it still feels awkward when the two of us are alone.
Right, well then, please be my guest, Senpai.
Sorry, it looks like you were kind of busy.
That's not it. I just dozed off again. But thanks to you, I finally woke up and will stop idling around. So that's what this thanks was for. How about that?
Ah, I see. In that case, let's go on. If she puts it like that, there's no reason to refuse. I sit down, smelling the barely noticeable sweet fragrance in the air. Oh, is this a perfume or herb of some kind?
I guess I overdid it a bit.
Huh? Not really. Both the heater and conditioner are.
I mean, you noticed the perfume, Senpai. I just used some fragrance.
So it was perfume after all.
Just imagine you sitting next to her going... and she's like, so you've noticed.
I can't make out the brand, but it certainly does smell nice. I see. So even Sakura.
I thought maybe I should try a little bit after all.
Well, you know, I think it suits you. Actually, the only one who uses perfume in our house would be Tosuka, I guess. Seems like she's quite fussy about it, too. Tosuka uses it to hide the smell of all sorts of weird chemicals, but it's not like you would need that.
I just learned by watching. Naesan's got a lot going on. She's really busy, actually.
Really? Do sisters teach each other about makeup, too?
They sure do,
Insane
Shiro.
comment. Do siblings talk about their lives?
Do siblings learn stuff from each other?
Good to know they're getting along well. I see. I doubt I can help you with that, though. You and Tosuka are both great at it, if you ask me.
Oh, but some men use cologne too. Isn't it lovely?
If I wore any, Saber and Mitsuzuri would probably say it was too effeminate and get mad at me. Toxic friends.
Mitsuzuri Senpai sure would be mad, wouldn't she? She idolizes you, you know. But I still think it would suit you. I also wanted to give Ryder some of her own, but she doesn't care much for it either.
Is this me continuing?
Oh no. Oh, Well,
I think
it's really troublesome, but inside Sakura's room, I couldn't help but thinking back. Once I started chatting with Sakura, I thought about everyone staying here. We just keep getting new residents.
Yes, that's right. Each time I came by for a visit, I thought about how nice it is to have such a lively atmosphere, but I never thought it'd grow this much.
Sakura lets out a laugh. That's right. Only Sakura and Fujine know what the Emiya household looked like before. So much has changed, and so quickly. Should be considered admirable or shocking. Someone would leave and the house would be empty again, just like that.
Oh.
Oh.
Someone would leave and the house would be empty again, just like that.
I nod in agreement. Fujine comes and goes, but doesn't live here. Sakura, too, was here for the mornings and evenings, yet never had lunch with everyone like this. For a long time, I was the sole inhabitant here. I didn't consider myself lonely, but looking back now...
Right, hearing that you were the only one staying in such a huge residence was quite a big surprise at first.
Been over 2 years since. Back then, Sakura was a diligent girl that never smiled. With a brooding face, she came over and told me she wanted to help out. Is that so? But your house isn't exactly small either.
No, they are both large, but in different ways. The Mattel house was never a friendly place, yet every room here is warm, pleading to be filled.
Same with Ryder? Is this me?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
Same with Ryder. She's calm and content over here, and even Saber-san should feel the same way.
Is that so? I have a feeling it's become a hostel, but with everyone splitting the chores, I guess it saves some effort.
Back in the day, cleaning was quite a chore, wasn't it, Senpai?
Bro, you got like 7 maids.
Laughing, Sakura recalls the past. There are a lot of vacant rooms even now, but nothing like the empty warehouse we used to have. A building without people in it deteriorates all too quickly. Cleaning out the entire house used to be one huge task. Yeah, the year-end cleaning doesn't sound so bad this time.
Ryder's really good at it, don't you think? The house is in good hands, and it will be done before you know it.
Sakura puffs up with pride. Ryder likes to keep things neat and orderly, and what's more, has the brute strength for it. That's what she meant, probably. But
Yes?
don't you miss the peace and quiet we used to have from time to time? The question just slipped out somehow. For no other reason than just having thought about it on the spot.
It's kind of a pity that we can't be alone together, I think.
That's right. In the mornings before Fujine arrived, it was just the two of us, with Sakura often coming to the shed to wake me up. Kind of a pity. Does that mean she actually wants it to be just the two of us? I see. I suddenly become flustered. She may have been like a younger sister in the past, but now that she's all grown up, the older brother's role has become quite complicated.
Oh no. Oh no! Don't do that!
I end up staring at the bed, trying to look away.
Oh, I get it. We're staring at the bed right now. Guys, this is where you're supposed to be looking. Do not look here. You look here. Right
I'm
here.
staring at her tummy.
Don't look at her tummy. You look right here. Her nice matronly outfit will do nothing for you.
But you know, Senpai, it's better when it's lively after all, and we can cook a lot too.
Yeah, you're right.
Getting your turn for the bath is a bit difficult, and there's a lot of laundry to do, but it's all fine, really.
Yeah, that too. Let's take care of it together. Mutual agreement is reached with much excitement. Sakura seems to be putting on airs to hide her quickened pulse, just the same as me, I guess.
Damn, are we just dating everyone in this game?
Senpai, do you miss the quiet old days?
No, I don't think so. What's gone is gone, and now is now. There's plenty of good and bad about both, I think. No, that isn't right either. There aren't really any bad things about the present.
Yes, I agree. Really. I wouldn't mind it if it was even busier than now.
Just see what the newcomer be, I wonder.
A baby!
No! No children should be here.
She wants to have sex!
Ilya's enough.
just make more homunculi babies.
Maybe Issei? Although I don't picture him coming down from the mountain and rolling in. But you never know. Even Tosuko started coming over recently.
Who knows? Maybe Ilya-chan and VTubers-sensei will move here.
Ugh, Ilya would be problematic. Those maids will also come if she does, so we'll be up by 3, just about full capacity.
Are you complaining about having free mates?
And then something hits me. But either way, Sakura,
Yes?
whether we gain or lose more mouths, the kitchen team's duties are still the same, and expectations are high. Let's make sure we meet them. The population growth failed to bring in reinforcements for the cooking ranks. No, perhaps there are too many cooks in the first place.
Right, I guess we do have a reputation to uphold.
It follows when appetites grow, too.
That it is. I still have a lot to learn from you, Senpai.
As we were talking, my stomach started growling. Sounds about time. Sakura, what should we do for lunch?
Let's decide once we get to the kitchen, because no dish is a challenge for the two of us.
Is that so? Then I'll go find out who'll be joining us for lunch. I stand up and leave the room together with Sakura. There isn't much to add, just an ordinary morning. Easygoing and calm, nothing out of the ordinary. One warm day is rolling past.
These maids are not cat boys. These maids are ladies.
They're like classic German maids. They're pretty. Oh,
Oh, right.
go to church.
Yeah,
Oh,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
Sorry, I was just creeping.
I need the weekend, so
To the church?
I guess so.
For definitely not Kodamine Kirei, because he's dead?
Yep. Oh. I spy a delinquent heroic spirit squatting in front of the church.
Uh-oh. Hold on. I hadn't
Who's
turned
delinquent? Lancer? It's gotta be Lancer, right?
I hadn't turned off my flux. You guys are gonna notice a distinct color quality. I didn't really notice in the other scenes because they were already kind of yellow toned, but like once we got to this one,
no.
I was like, hold on.
What's up, Lancer? Enjoying the sunshine? Fucking leather pants, Lancer?
God, this is so hot. I'm so happy.
Like hell I would.
Where's this outfit and fate go?
I got kicked out, so I watered the flowers and sprinkled water on the road. Now I got nothing better to do than just sit here and stare into space. I guess this is where Lancer lives, right?
Yeah, did he buy a house? Like, what kind of income
Like a
is he
house.
making?
I guess he's just still around without Kirei?
Uh-huh.
Weird. That's what people mean when they say enjoying the sunshine. Then again, maybe this guy doesn't consider it enjoying the sunshine unless he's burning to a crisp on some beach somewhere. A tan so dark that it would devalue Archer's stock. Moving on. I'm glad we're establishing that Archer's just fucking tan as shit.
He's so
Like, he's
tan.
just so tan.
I just assumed that, like, obviously now that we know who Archer is, at first I was like, I have no idea what his ethnicity is. But I love that it's just future Shiro just gets fucking tan as fuck.
I think it's like when he like interacts with the Guardian Force and they give him his powers, it like shifts his skin all at once.
Oh, I see.
Is kind of the understanding, but I don't know. That's also kind of weird.
Uh-huh.
Because like Okita Alter also has the same amount of tan for Okita being white as shit, right?
Yeah, you're like, do I...
And she's a Guardian Force,
Uh-huh.
so who knows? Guardian Force is all nonsense anyway. What do you mean kicked out? Is there someone inside? Yeah, somebody came. Maybe a guest, maybe Kodamine's replacement. Gotta be someone from the church, judging by the shabby robes. From the church, huh? So you got kicked out by that somebody? That's right. I had something to check up on, so I was told to step out for a while. Not the type of person I can handle. Anyway, I figured they'll be back soon enough, so here I am, just wasting time. Lancer sounds pretty disgruntled, which is rather unusual. So there's actually somebody that this guy, who can have a friendly chat even with the likes of Saber or Ryder, can't handle. Lancer, can I go inside? Be my guest. Gatekeeping ain't my job. Careless as usual. Tired of sunbathing, he takes the can in one hand and starts sprinkling water again. With a quick wave, I open the door and go inside. Love to water the plants with my leather pants on.
In the summer sun. Or whatever season they're in.
It's October, so I guess...
Oh. Maybe it's not
fall.
that hot anymore?
Yeah, that's true. It would have cooled down a bit. There's nobody at the altar. The priest that greeted me here half a year ago is still gone, just like he was at the end of that battle. Hey, there's nobody here. I look around the inner garden, the stairs to the basement, the second floor, and Kodamine's private room, but the church is completely empty.
You gotta check where the orphans are.
Hey, Lancer, there's nobody inside. Did they go out through the back? Hey, Lancer's gone too. I guess he realized the futility of his watering endeavor and went to the park in front of the station again. Only the watering can remains at the plaza. Oh well. Since the can was left for me, I make sure to sprinkle the remaining water onto the flower bed before departing.
What a good and upstanding citizen.
Yeah, right? Guess I'll finish watering the plants. It's just after 9 p.m. Dinner's already over. There are no major events and everyone has returned to their rooms. It's too early to go to bed, so what should we do? I guess we just call it a day. It's the only thing we haven't done. Well, go to bed. Oh, Ilya time?
Yep.
It's Ilya time. Aw, that was such a cute little sprite. After a long journey, I finally arrive at the forest on the outskirts of the town. About 2 more hours and I'll be at the Einsburn Castle, which I'm even starting to get used to. However...
Jesus.
Just the chest shot. Like, not even... It's just,
Look at
it's
the
just
bed!
the crotch shot.
Look at the bed!
Look at the bed. Look at the bed. Don't look at his tummy. For some reason, something amazing is blocking my way to the forest. This can't be him talking.
Okay. I love that we read this and both went, there's no fucking way, right?
Hello. Can I ask what you're doing here?
Oh.
There's no reply.
What the fuck?
Well, I think there's no meaningful reply. I can't tell whether that's a yes or a no. Also, not valid responses to your question. I guess if the question is, can I ask? But, like, nobody means it like that. Whatever. Gatekeeper, I guess. Is it okay if I enter the forest? I need to talk to Ilya. There's no reply. Not a single word.
Alright. If I do the sound again, is there gonna be there's no reply?
No, he's not saying that no sounds are coming. He's just
Oh.
saying that he's not, like, giving a response.
Oh, I see.
He didn't say anything, so I guess that means it's okay to go. He's more or less an acquaintance. Even if he is Berserker, he should have recognized me. Okay, I'll be just passing through. I raise my hands and pass along his side. Oh. Ah!
No, that says E. Do it.
Heck! The huge monster roars. It's as if he's saying, move any further and I'll send you flying back to Miyama. Is that a no, sir? Are you perhaps suggesting that I should just call it a day? Maybe those were silent, but why you put lines there?
Yeah, now I'm confused.
Mr. Berserker is slowly losing his temper. I have truly no idea what he's saying. Would someone please find an interpreter? I would guess
maid?
Ilya, because we're in the forest, but maybe a maid. Could be a maid. I don't know.
Fuck. Ilya. Okay.
All right.
What an uncouth visitor. Coming to a lady's house without an appointment? It's only natural that you'd be turned away. Wait, why, if it isn't Shiro!
Ilya?
That's right. Good afternoon, Oni-chan. It sure is rare to see you here.
Ilya waves her hands energetically.
See, we don't look at the tummy, we look at the bed.
But for some reason, she doesn't leave the forest. Hey, Ilya. I want to go to the castle for a while, so would you mind telling Berserker to let me pass?
Oh, I see. You came so you could visit the castle, not so you could see me. That's no good. Our house is under construction and is not accepting visitors at this time. You, who does not understand a girl's feelings, please go back home.
Oh, this whole scene kills me.
Ilya waves her hand goodbye. Even if I wanted to stop her, an impenetrable wall is blocking my path. Hey, wait. Going to the castle and going to see you means the same thing to me. I say it like it is. Even I understand how girls feel.
Do you?
For you, that was well done, but it's still a no-go. There's nothing in the castle anyways. There's nothing that will benefit you if you come, and there are no clues regarding the Holy Grail War either. Walking around town would be more productive than examining my castle.
That's not true. Your castle's a lot of fun. It's quite elegant inside. I can see Ilya whenever I want, and Stella and Liz are there too. And as for the Holy Grail War clues, you'll never know if you don't look. I mean, Ilya's one of the masters too. Even if there wasn't anything in the castle, there's still the chance of Ilya herself getting involved in some kind of trouble.
Oh, come on, I know exactly what you're thinking. I don't really want you to come, but even if I tell you no, you never learn. You'll probably keep coming back here anyways. Fine. If you want it so badly, I'll think about it. Even if I turn you away, you'll just come back later. But since you insist, I'll prepare a special performance just for you.
Her solemn expression suddenly changed to a suspicious-looking grin. This is the visage of an imp that has just come up with an extraordinary new prank. Hey, Ilya? You're thinking of something naughty again, aren't you? A host welcoming their guests is great, but getting carried away with it is definitely not.
Oh yeah, if I'm gonna do that, I have to hurry and get ready. I'll have to clear the forest, make a cliff, then prepare a tank to greet you. And, oh that's right, I'll have to give Stella and Liz a part or I'd be failing my duty as a host.
She's not listening.
She said a fucking tank?
Oh, there's a minigame built into this about, like, getting into Ilya's castle.
Uh-huh.
It's a meme.
But like in a good way?
I don't remember it being super frustrating when I was like 10, but I'm also kind of a god gamer, so hard to say.
Yeah, you know, that makes sense considering how easy you make games look when you play. You did all the Kingdom Hearts for me.
I can already hear Ilya's magic circuits turning on at full blast. From what I've heard, her magic just skips over logic and provides the result. She's sort of a miniature Holy Grail. Whatever she wants, as long as it's something within the limits of her magical energy, it will somehow materialize, despite even Ilya herself not knowing how.
Got to have a moat. Yep, a castle siege just isn't right without one. And a maze. With my reserves of magical energy, that might be a bit too much.
An irreversible event is unfolding at an amazing speed. Alas, the wish-granting power of the Holy Grail is being used on something really worthless. You see, Ilya, I only want to get to the castle, right?
Alright, once everything's ready, I'll gladly welcome you. For now, enjoy this brief moment of peace. Prepare yourself, okay? When this is complete, I'm going to rush you off your feet more than you'd ever imagined.
After proclaiming my death sentence, Celia disappears into the mist.
God, that's so funny.
This doesn't look good. It looks like I'm gonna have to overcome a terrifying trial in order to enter the Einsburn Castle. The giant remains silent. Yet somehow I feel like you're saying, "Don't lose heart, boy," as a way of encouragement.
Alright, I guess we
We're
have to go
going
to
to
school.
Ooh.
Do you want to talk
I'm
about
excited.
Issa? Or our
I
stranger?
like the idea of the mystery stranger in the hallway.
Same.
It's probably just gonna be like a school person, but you know.
A
After finishing lunch, I walked.
school person into school, Jake?
That's what I'm saying. I'm just saying it's probably not gonna be anything too exciting.
Yeah, fucking baby
We're in a
David
school.
shows up.
I mean, I don't know. It's a mystery. After finishing lunch, I walked through the school building. Even though it's a holiday, I can see people here and there. It's probably the students who are working hard at their club activities. I'm sure the building where the music and art rooms are is even more crowded. For some reason, I turn around. Nothing in particular stands out. The only odd part is the fact that I had no reason to look behind me. I suddenly get an urge to drink some tea and head towards the student council room.
It's the weirdest.
I peer into the classrooms from the hall, and just as I thought, I can see several students inside. The hallway isn't exactly quiet. But behind me, it's silent, even though I can hear people's voices from in front of me as I walk ahead. When I turn around, the hallway behind me is completely silent, like someplace else. Altogether. Why did I turn around? There's nothing in particular that stands out. There's no reason for me to turn. I'd understand if there was some reason for me to look behind, like if I'd felt a chill, but just looking back for no particular reason makes me feel uneasy. Ghost stories are getting popular lately, and I can see this becoming one. A story about having an urge to turn around when there's no reason to. Well, I guess it's normal for a school this time of year. Entrance exams are closing in, a lot of students are becoming overly sensitive under the stress. These past 4 days I've had a lot to think about, so it may just be worn out without realizing it. That's right, maybe I should just go home and rest. The student council room can wait for another time. I walk down the hall, controlling the frequent urge to look back. I leave the school.
Damn, the mystery person really remained a mystery person.
Yeah. There's definitely like a set of footsteps though, right?
Yeah?
It's just after 9 p.m. and dinner's already over. There are no major events. Gotta call it a day. We haven't called it a day on this day yet. Is this the 4th day?
Yeah, I feel like we didn't learn anything.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
I think that we have a problem.
And so the last night ends. The abnormal will return to normal. The curtains will close on this battle. And what should not have been possible will return to the void from which it came. The clock will strike midnight in about 30 seconds. Once the date changes, the 4th day will die out entirely. The moment the new day begins, all the time that has passed will be completely lost. This is the end. When I open my eyes, I'll be back to my normal, everyday life. The Holy Grail War is over. The battle yields no victors. The abnormality remains unexplained. And the hollow paradise keeps on turning.
Bad end?
It's just an end. Just a reset on the week. Hey, check the extra real quick. Or a special, sorry, not extra. Yeah, I was wondering if Ilya's castle game popped up, but it has not.
Nothing new for us. What is this? Oh,
I think that's... I don't think we want that. Yep. Run it back.
What did we miss?
Well, we started on like the 3rd day. It's probably something in the first 2 days.
No, we started on the first day.
Not like with today's session.
Oh, don't go.
I would just skip to afternoon if there's nothing. Like, scenes preclude other scenes, right? And so, like, you're intended to loop a few times looking for the things. We're probably just missing, like, one exclamation mark scene somewhere. Call it a day if there's nothing to do. It's just essentially skipping forward.
Is there... Because we've done everything around the Envia residence?
You sure? You could check it. See if it doesn't show up. But we only had, like, the 2 options. We did them both. Oh, if you highlight it, is it the name of the thing if we've already done it? Yeah, okay. That scene is called Awakening, not yet.
Oh, because there wasn't anybody in the thing. Okay.
Yeah, you just have to pick one. It'll prompt you to skip it.
Will it
I think
prompt
it'll
me
do
to
that.
skip
You've
it?
already seen this. Yeah. This game is a lot of this, so like just running through days because you're at the end of a loop and you're missing like one scene that's important.
Okay. Afternoon.
There it is. Dropping by the Rateau residence for a visit on a whim, I find Sakura peering around outside in front of the entrance.
Oh, Senpai, do you need something inside?
No, I just happened to be passing by. What about you, Sakura? Did you lose your key?
I'm fine. I might be clumsy, but I don't lose things that often. And if I do, I can open it by myself, so it doesn't bother me.
So the Mateo residence has an auto-lock system now? I bet it's the same locking magic as the one at Tosca's place. Things have been getting dangerous again, but that's a great idea, except...
We're not gonna make jokes about her virginity!
Say, how's Shinji supposed to get in?
How? Well, he has keys to the front door, living room, bathroom, and his own room.
So basically, if Shinji loses them, he's out in the cold. In fact, it seems that all the doors inside have locks. That's a pretty strict education policy. Plus, I don't think I could get in. Next time I come here, I'll make sure not to stray away from Sakura. Yeah, that would explain why Shinji's keychain became a lot like a jailkeeper's lately. So what are you doing in front of the door if you haven't lost your key?
Sorry.
And you don't need one.
Grandfather himself told me to wait by the door, since guests will be coming. He mentioned that the guests supposed to have come from some distant land. He really would like to turn them away, but has no choice but offer some hospitality. Something like that.
Sounds complicated. A guest of Zoken? Is it a demon king?
Guess we'll find out.
Well, it seems that. Normally they would go visit Nason instead, but since she's away, it's grandfather's duty as a representative to greet them.
I see. So someone either from the association or the church is making the typical round of courtesy visits. Then I won't linger around. I'll take off before I get myself in a mess.
Thank you. Nason keeps saying that we can't let you be seen by anyone from either the association or the church. That you are like an endangered animal species, or something like that.
And who might be the one abusing that endangered animal? Next time I see her, I'd like to point that out. Right, I'll be proactive and go back home. If it looks like you're getting to be late, call me. I'll come pick you up.
Okay, I'll be sure to call.
A quick wave and I'm about to leave. But my curiosity got the better of me. I think I'm going to want to hear just a little more detail. Say, Sakura, what kind of person is your guest?
Let's see. I heard it's the newly dispatched overseer. Grandfather said that they might move in as the acting priest of the church once an official order is received.
Which means that old man Dilo will be returning to his country. Dilo? It's called Dilo, I guess.
Dilo?
Like Crocodilo?
Stop.
Well, yeah. It was strange that a bishop would be assigned to one church in a small town. Makes more sense to have a priest taking over. It seemed like Sakura mouth moved for that. So, like,
Did you know the old man
just
going away? I think you're asking the question.
yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
Are you feeling down about the old man going away? He's really fond of you.
Yes, I am. But I did know that he'd only stay until a successor was appointed.
Ah, right. After all, old Dilo did originally come just for the Holy Grail War post-mortem. There must be no more reason to prolong his stay. My curiosity is now satisfied. And so, this time I do leave the Mato residence behind. Epilogue. In the end, Sakura spent half the day waiting for someone that never showed up.
Sad.
Oh, look at the little Sakura down there.
Yeah.
Hi, Nick! You got a gift
Hi,
set
Nick.
earlier! You're welcome!
Congratulations.
Say thank you.
Call it a day.
Yep. If we don't have any symbols, we'll just call it a day, I think. And this is where we started, so I don't think there's going to be anything new. Well, I guess there has to be, right?
Yeah.
At some point, but it could be on the next loop, so who knows.
Alright. I think we might have to loop again.
We got one more day after this.
Do we?
It's the 11th that it ends on, I think.
Oh, I see.
But we learned there's a new church overseer coming, another friends with Zoken, or at least cordial with Zoken. And that's going to open up something for us.
Ah!
At the school. Oh, right.
We forgot to talk to.
Like it's... Forgot's the wrong word. Like, we had to get back here.
We chose to not speak with him.
I'm idly passing the time in the student council room.
Maybe capture the bishop with gold general at 8B. No, that's still 2 extra moves?
Issei doesn't seem to have much to do, so he's solving shogi puzzles in old magazines. It'd be great if we had a board in pieces, but there's nothing like that in the student council room. Since it would set a bad example for other students, any items used for amusement are not to be brought in. That's Issei's own policy. Not to be left behind, I'm also enjoying the Fujimura Taiga Blast from the Past crossword puzzle that the newspaper club had published. But with the subject being what it is, it's more like hardship than entertainment.
Why can't this knight do anything? He's such an eyesore. Hey, Emiya, give me some tea. Hot enough to make my brain tingle, please.
Alright. There's still some yokon left. Want me to slice some?
A tempting offer, but I'll hold off on that until the 3 o'clock break. Snacking between meals is not proper.
Seems like it's not a break he's having now. There's half an hour left until 3 o'clock. I don't know if that's his self-imposed quota, but he seems to be intent on solving 3 questions from the compilation of advanced shogi problems by then. We immerse ourselves in our respective ways of killing time. With the chime of the 4 o'clock bell, Issei nods and locks the safe. Hey Issei, what was that? It was his gun.
It's a report saying what clubs will be presenting what at the cultural festival. It's separated by each class in each club.
I see, but why do you keep it in a safe? To avoid theft?
Something like that. You see, the deadline for the reports was today at 4. From now on, no matter what the excuse is, we can't accept them. Therefore, a class or club without a presentation decided at this point in time will not be allowed to participate in the cultural festival.
Wow, I didn't know the cutoff was at 4 today.
Yes, that's the only reason I was here in the student council room on a day off. Well, that's that. Thus my work is done for the day. Want to go eat something at the cafe in Shinto on the way back?
Issei happily gets ready to go home. Opaniyaki again? You sure like that stuff. Sorts of new foods today. Naturally, so do I. I leave my seat without a further prompt. There's reports for the cultural festival, though. Which club was it that hasn't decided what to do, I wonder?
Is it the archery club?
It's the only club we ever interact with,
Dun,
so
dun,
I figure it has to
dun. It is just after 9 p.m.
be. Sleepy time. Yep. Weekended again. Oh,
Oh.
we're doing nighttime stuff. Fuck, what is his voice like again? Casual. Casual gruff. Also, I think this is your narration.
Oh, we think this is Bazet?
Yeah.
Oh, I made her sound like Saber. My awakenings always begin with anguish. I fall from a sunless abyss to sunlit ground. I go from darkness to light. It isn't much different than being born through a birth canal. A spark of life somehow ignites in my dying body, rekindling consciousness in this world once again. I writhe in sharp pain. The moment I am reborn, the blood circulation, bone joints, nervous system, internal organs, everything I need to live generates pain.
Maybe this isn't Bassett.
Yeah, I'm starting to think that this is probably you.
Yeah. Alright.
You really wanted to get done with reading, didn't you?
No. I'm alive to suffer. My already fried brain searches for normality within its damaged state, able to start functioning only through pain. In short, my body finally gains human thought through agony. It feels as if I've been multiplied to 100 people, all of whom have been mixed on a pallet. Whatever clear identity I had is gone as the countless indistinguishable beings I have become melt together. To be resurrected from nothingness demands that much of a price. That chaos. That feeling that I've ceased to be anything absorbs and assimilates even my agony. My ego is gone. Will I be reborn? Why do I have to go through this? Even those questions become things of the past. I have attained the state of no self. It is a pure paradise with neither happiness nor sorrow, one that will never bear fruit. But just one thing alone is painful. Tears come down my cheeks. In the depths of this perfected land. Why am I still connected to something so beautiful? Once again, the first day begins. The woman had parted ways, and my lovely master, Lady Bassett, lies sleeping on the sofa. Or so it appears. She's dead, actually. The reason's obvious. She had her heart pieced by the servant Saber, right in front of the church. Since she'll start breathing again eventually, there's no need to bother waking her up or burying her. All I have to do is guard this place as her servant. Well, I'm bored out of my mind. Maybe I'll screw around with her for a bit. Honest to my own desires while never heeding the desires of others. That's me. I'm the kind of servant that puts my own pleasure first, so I'd engage Bassett in some good old-fashioned necrophilia. Jesus.
Oh my god.
The usual me would start eating her midway through the deed without thinking, and the room would be a mess before I realized it. Of course, I'd only do that if she wasn't my master. If she were to wake up while I'm doing her, she'd be a pain in the ass to deal with later. I'm used to getting hated and killed, but getting cried at, that isn't love. Since I have nothing else to do, I start to kill time in a simple way. Click, click, click. Click, 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 click. I slide the panels around, matched to the ticking of the clock. Speeding up the tempo, I became seriously focused on the game. Ah.
Oh.
Nope. I heard a sultry breath beneath the... Fuck. I heard a sultry breath from the sofa. Lightly shaking her head, Bassett glares at me as if I were her enemy. Yo, wide awake, huh, Master? I hope you're not about to tell me your memory's fuzzy again.
My memory is clear. I know that you are my servant, that I'm using this mansion as a safe house, as well as that I am a master. I also remember my memory being uncertain when I woke here previously.
Glad to see you're quick on the uptake. Well then, come on, let's go out and join the Holy Grail Wall already.
Wait, my memory before coming to this mansion is vague, but I do remember completely what happened afterwards. This includes being defeated and killed by other masters.
Well, you can't even remember what really matters, but you still end up remembering the useless stuff. So who cares? You're alive right now, just leave it at that. Don't worry about the details.
I cannot. Do you really think I can just put up with this absurdity? Answer me, servant. We were defeated. Why are we still alive?
Why? Because we came back to life. Okay, to be precise, we just went back to the first night. Bazet shows no signs of surprise. I guess she must have been thinking over what happened from the moment she woke up. I gotta admit, that adaptability of hers is a rare talent. The problem is, she doesn't realize she has that gift. Nah, more like she just looks down on herself. Oh well, not like I'm in any position to criticize her on that front.
Oh really? If that's true, my servant is quite the big shot. Revival of the dead requires the use of sorcery. Either time travel, control over parallel worlds, or negation of nothingness. Are you telling me that you are a heroic spirit that can work such miracles?
Why are you looking at me like that? You don't believe me? No, actually, you're making fun of me, no doubt about it. No, ma'am, lily little old me can't do something that friggin' nuts. Alright, just think of it as an imitation of that. You'll come back to life even if you die. As long as our contract is still active, you can start over as many times as you want. No matter who you lose to, you can keep starting from scratch just like you are now.
I do not understand the theory behind it, but I do understand that we are being reset. No, we're in a loop. I have no idea what noble phantasm is at work, but I will put that aside. At nighttime, you will be resurrected. No, that would be incorrect. If you die, you will skip back to the time you were alive in this place. The result is that we escape death because we are still alive. Is she still going? Oh,
So.
yeah, okay. A type of noble phantasm that interferes with or alters destiny? Yes, that would be an appropriate power for a heroic spirit. I see, this would account for the weakness of its owner.
So you couldn't accept that I was that weak, huh? Okay, so I did get killed without showing any of my good points. Anyone would get fed up after that. Yep, that's right. Feel free to die whenever you feel like it. Oh, one more thing. If you're going to get killed, try your best to do it at night. I can't fight unless it's dark. See, I'm not very energetic during the daytime.
Let's see, so the condition for the loop to take effect is that it must occur in the evening. Yes, that noble phantasm would be too powerful without a weakness of some sort.
Boss, you're getting a few things wrong here. Whatever, it all comes down to the same thing.
Very well, I will only be active during the night. I will be sleeping here during the day. Therefore, I expect that you will restrain yourself from doing things without my permission.
Gotcha, but the same goes for you, lady. Never go out during the daytime. I'm really weak when there's light out, and if there's no master around to protect me, I'm gonna get killed real fast.
I understand. For some reason, it feels as if our positions have been reversed, but I do have a grasp of your abilities. Your combat ability is nil. However, your special abilities are unique. I will do the fighting. You, on the other hand, can use that special noble phantasm as support.
I appreciate the offer, but aren't you taking things a little too far, Master? I mean, I could fight a little. I'll say flat out that I can't beat a servant, but if I really feel like it, I could at least buy some time.
Buy some time with what you showed me in the last fight? I do not expect you to be of any use in battle. You just need to stay around.
Oh, hey, I'm fine with taking it easy, but you're never going to win this way. I really don't think you're going to be able to separate a master from a servant again and again. When it comes down to it, fighting in the Holy Grail War means beating a servant. Without taking down a servant, you're not going to be able to kill its master. Except there is no way a human being is going to be able to match up to a servant. That's why I'm saying I'll help her out, even though I really don't want to bother. But
There's no need to separate them. I will defeat the servant.
as it declares this with an unshakable confidence. Now that's a surprise. Here I thought I was immune to these things, but that one just sent a chill down my spine.
I have a more pressing question. You said that we would be revived as long as we were killed during the evening. Is there some sort of cost to this? For example, losing my magic circuits? Or is there a limit to the number of times you may use your noble phantasm?
Oh, nah, there's no cost. You don't have to give up a dime. My element's emptiness. As long as there's nothingness, we'll keep coming back to life. Just relax and keep going until you're satisfied.
Understood. So I will not lose as long as my pact with you is in effect.
Right. Of course, you won't win either.
Then this leaves me with one last problem. No, never mind. I shouldn't be voicing any discontent with such favorable conditions. What am I thinking?
What now? Something else on your mind?
I have a stupid question. It is marvelous to be revived like this after dying. It is an advantage that borders on cheating. Except, would it be in any way possible to get rid of the pain I experience while being revived? Even if it were for the sake of escaping death. Whenever I think that I will have to pass through that pain in the future, I get squeamish, or how should I put it?
Say what? Lady, you're not scared shitless whenever you get revived, are you?
I am definitely not. It feels uncomfortable and eerie, that's all. I do not know whether that place is what people call hell or not. What I do know is that it is hideously repulsive. By their nature, the dead are mindless. Those who are deceased normally would not feel any discomfort at all, but to one possessing a mind, that is the foulest pit imaginable.
Oh. Is that so? That's weird. I don't feel anything special, though. It's like, before I realize that I'm here. Guess it's just the difference between humans and servants, but, you know. You're gonna have to put up with that much. Come on, normally you'd be dead. Hey, you do realize how selfish you're being, right?
I know that. I was only saying. If that is the price of resurrection, well then I will withstand that level of torture.
Right. You're gonna be going there a lot from now on, so you better get used to being on the receiving end while you still have the time.
Do you think I will let myself be killed countless times? The next one to be killed will be Servant Saber. I will definitely strike her through the chest, just like she did to me.
That's my master. Okay, so let's go continue the good fight while you're still blazing enthusiasm. I stopped talking and aimed for the door. Honestly, I don't give a shit about the Holy Grail War, but I'm also a sore loser. I want to find and kill my enemies now, right now. I'll kill those bastards that hurt me. I'll kill those bastards that didn't do anything to stop them. I'll kill everything. I'll murder every single living human I see. If I don't, I'm not going to be able to keep my insanity. If I won't be able to keep myself from going sane. What is it? Are you not going, Master? I swallow down my heart as it threatens to escape my chest and turn back towards Bazet. Maybe my thirst for blood just now reminded her of something. Bazet's looking at me the same way as when she accused me of killing the people in that bloody house.
So it is true. I am careless. How could I forget to ask the most important question?
Don't even have to bother wondering why. You forgot because you didn't want to remember.
Answer me. Just what servant are you?
A question filled with hostility. To that I finally answer, grinning like a little girl waiting for her sweetheart. I'm Avenger, the servant of vengeance. A class that shouldn't exist, its name proclaimed with hatred and joy. That's the thing that was in Sakura's belly. She's attacking an extremely fast combination. Alright, straight, that actually made me feel sorry for the enemy. Mercilessly crushes the monster's skull. Hard to believe it came from a human being. Probably out of revenge for having had 10 of their pals killed already, more prey come leaping at her. The moment right after she punches with her right fist, cursed claws take the opportunity to strike at her seemingly immovable position. She dodges just by lightly turning her head while simultaneously driving her right leg into the monster's head. Sharp and heavy. The head is blown off like a ripe tomato. Not even bothering to visually confirm that, Bazet turns around to face the newcomers arriving from behind, once again intercepting them with lethal timing. It's almost as if she were a spinning top fitted with a blade. Responding in every direction, clearing the attackers away. A deadly dance that shows no mercy for its target. Well, damn, I'm not needed at all. I was doing pretty well on my own, even while watching her in fascination. But while I was slicing up one of these guys, Baz would be. I mean, literally pulverized. With those skinny legs and her fists, she's totally scattering flesh and cutting through bone. Seriously, I'm impressed. I think human hand-to-hand combat would improve this much. It seems like there are runes of hardening carved on her fists, legs, knees, and toes. But the basic bodywork for that must have been an art perfected for use by human beings. Way different from us when we go berserk, letting instinct take care of the rest. Baz's technique is the legacy of the old days of blood and sweat. How many years of effort went into being able to use it? I mean, she's a girl, whoops, a mature, grown-up woman. Weren't there other things she should have been learning? Guess not. These monsters are no match for the walking weapon by the name of Bazet. They're no better than hapless sheep, a pack of game to be hunted. Homer, stop, they're already dead. By the way, what the heck's a Homer?
I'll remind you, shoutcasting is phenomenal.
She's kicking the shit out of them. They're dead as fuck. Wow.
Just like a tomato, squelch. I see. So these are the mysterious things you spoke of before.
Sighing heavily, Bazet puts away her leather gloves. Miss Walking Weapon, what the hell? You beat almost 20 monsters to death, and all you do at the end is sigh?
They are most likely a type of familiar. Their level of intelligence is low, and they have no function other than to kill humans. However, they are fitted for use in large numbers. It is evident there is an 8th Magus, whose identity is not yet known to us, that was not picked as a master. I cannot ignore a Magus that would use this sort of familiar to attack people indiscriminately. Do you have any ideas regarding this?
Who, me? I don't know anything about the guy you're talking about, Master. Well, we'll run into him eventually, right? After all, we got plenty of time. This isn't going to end regardless of what we do, so we ought to bump into each other one of these days anyway.
Very well. Also, I would like to apologize for doubting you earlier. The disturbance in the city was the work of those monsters. Master, you had nothing to do with this.
No problem. I'm used to getting all the bad rap. It's kind of his whole thing. Besides, we're all birds of a feather. The only difference is who got around to it first, them or me. These guys are running around killing everything in town, so my job's been done for me, that's all. I like being able to take it easy, but, you know, job's a job. Really can't let other people take it away from me. My whole meaning of life's on the line here. If I go unemployed, I can't live.
Hand in your resignation, then. I do not know which heroic spirit you are, but as long as you are my servant, I will not let you drag bystanders into this war.
Look, lady, I haven't killed anybody today, have I? Like that guy with the food cart before? I just watched him off while drooling, you know? And I really wanted to munch on some Odin meat, too. Being little puppy, doing what my owner says. Come on, pat me on the head.
That last line got cut off, and that makes me really sad.
Oh.
Yeah, can you do, but I'm
Come
an
on.
obedient Leo puppy again?
Why?
I'm sure.
Not allowed to clip this.
I'm sure everyone is really invested in hearing you say this line. Odin and meat, and then it came in at puppy.
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
And I really wanted to munch on some Odin and meat too. But I'm an obedient little puppy, doing what my owner says. Come on, pat me on the head.
That is what you normally should be doing. Why should I praise you for that?
My owner's being mean. One of these days, you'll have only yourself to blame when I move on to the rebellious stage.
More importantly, I want you to clarify something. I know what your noble phantasm is, but I have yet to hear your true name. I know I may be late in asking this, but what hero are you?
Told you that in the beginning, didn't I? Think it's your own fault for not remembering, but... your memory's still fuzzy, huh?
Yes, that is true. There is no point in hiding it any longer. Avenger, I do not remember forming a contract with you. I had assumed that it would recover given time, but circumstances proved to be more difficult than I had imagined. I cannot wait forever for my memory to come back.
Okay, so you want me to give you the lowdown again, right away. But look, the stuff I know is what you probably figured out already. You summoned and made a contract with me to be your servant. Before I could tell you what was going on, I was in that mansion, leashed and being bossed around by you. Now, back then, I did give my true name. Well, not that's a big deal if anybody hears it.
Not a big deal. What are you?
See, I don't have my own name. Don't have a clue to what my name was when I was alive.
That's ridiculous. The fact that you are a servant makes you a heroic spirit. There's no such thing as a hero without a title.
Yep, that's why I have a title. I just don't have a name as a human being. I can tell you the title other people call me by, though. Is that good enough?
Of course, when our contract was being formed, I should have heard your name. Thus, I must have judged that I trust... No. I judged that you possess a power suitable for achieving victory in the Holy Grail War. So, what was this name that I have approved?
I'll remind you, the name of an old tradition from the middle of nowhere. Yeah, don't really need to hide it. First off, it wasn't that big of a deal, so I just gave her a straight answer.
Hunger, mind you. That name.
Isn't the name of a hero. Or isn't fit to be a hero. It isn't a name you'd give to a person to begin with. Yeah, your face is just telling me all the above. I understand how my dear master feels. It's not as if I live up to my namesake. I'll remind you, the name of the most powerful demon in ancient Persia. The greatest nemesis in Zoroastrianism, embracing all evil, that kept fighting for 9,000 years against the god of light, guardian of the good of humanity. The god of evil, you could say. The bad part is the friggin' huge scale. Overseeing half the entire world? Give me a break. This name's a bother. Honestly, something of a smaller genre, say the god of desks or pots, would have been a much better fit. The tale of Zoroastrianism revolves around the discord caused by the two gods of good and evil. It's the first religion to introduce the duality of angels and demons. Of course, I've never seen an angel in my life, and I'm not exactly acquaintances with any demons. I was just one villager that idolized those teachings. Apparently, just one good deed was enough for me to get treated like a hero and elevated to heroic spirit status after death. Don't get the wrong idea. It's not like I'm the real god himself. My element probably just happened to be close enough to warrant getting the name as a pseudonym, that's all. My stats are low for heroic spirit, and as you already know, I'm a useless third-rate loser.
I'm well aware of that. I'm beyond needing you to justify it at this stage.
That stings, Master.
But, I'll remind you, no, the servant I summoned should have.
Had a more different, endearing name. Bazit Fraga McRemits wondered to herself.
What a fucking name, dude.
Endearing, huh? What, was there some other spirit you wanted to summon? A strong, handsome, heroic spirit in mind, not a bozo like me, huh?
No, not really.
Not really, she adds quietly. Well, wasn't sure if you're gonna say that or not.
I was not, and then I was like, no, that makes sense for me to say it.
Yeah, you're being really obvious. Had some other guy on your mind. Okay, so I already knew that, but who would have thought you'd be so picky about your servants, too? So our relationship was just a compromise. And I was being relatively serious about it, too. Ah, well, I'm over it. That's an interesting expression you got there. So even you can make that kind of face. Well, it's sort of a disappointment, but it's just like I thought. So what kind of guy is your type?
Why are you bringing this up? We are not talking about my taste in men. I was only thinking about the difference between you and another heroic spirit.
Now look, that's the same thing as talking about men. The most important thing when looking for a familiar is the user's personal taste. So normally a female master would summon a hot stud, right? What? You want to summon a woman? Now that's deep stuff. Never would have guessed that manly suit was for business and pleasure.
Damn. I don't let personal feelings interfere with my work. I made my contract with you because it was the correct course of action. Feelings towards the other sex are irrelevant to that. However, I do admit that I had something misleading. I said something misleading. Yes, I did have feelings of attachment to a particular heroic spirit.
Yep, keep going. If you're going to admit that much, just spill it all out. You got nothing to lose, so let's just lay it all out in the open, shall we? So, Master, which heroic spirit were you going to summon?
Going to summon is not the right phrase. I had no guarantee that I would be able to summon him, and a part of me did not believe he had really existed.
She starts trailing off. Must be going over some old memories. The emotional state of the woman standing in front of me is regressing fast, like she's berating herself. Now I get it. Can't summon a hero you don't believe in, but you wanted to meet the guy, huh?
Perhaps. It is embarrassing, but I am not sure myself. Is this... Did she...
I think that's you continuing.
Yeah, okay, yeah. That's what I thought too, but it's always weird when they put fucking new lines, new quotation marks, and you're like, hold on. When I was a child, I had not been interested in anything. I could not understand what others considered fun. Often this put my parents at a loss as to what to do with me. Then my father told me, you go through each day as if it was work. He always apologized to me with sad eyes. The ones who suffered had only been my parents, probably. Unable to sense the guilt my father held, I wasted my youth as tediously as ever. The majority of my childhood memories are of plain days like that. But there was one thing that enthralled me. I still don't know why it alone was special. In the study, I discovered a book that could be found anywhere in the country. Reading those old legends always made me sad.
Old legends, huh? So that's it. Someone she didn't believe in, but still wanted to meet. One of the many phantasms that young children dream of and forget in maturity. Tossed away in great number, huh?
Yes, it was only when I was in this fairy tale that I could become like other children my age. It was the tale of a hero, one that was vivid even to a child. But the story had an ugly ending. It wasn't a tale that should be celebrated. Yes, they all say it was a story of bravery, but I always saw it as something else. Back then I thought to myself that I wanted to save him. I wondered if it really was okay to wish to save him, even though I couldn't do anything.
To be fair, the desire to save someone exists in all human beings. That much I can admit. Heck, I can even feel it myself. Now, the definition of saving is going to be different from person to person, but as long as that desire is just a wish, it's not something that others can condemn. The problem here, though, should it be okay to wish to save him? Is that the little girl didn't understand something that obvious. There's Bazit, who turns something that anybody can do into a wish. Then there's the mythical hero, the only one the little girl looked up to. Ha! I take back the I'm over it. Bastard, next time I meet you, you're dead meat. You're not selfish enough. That's your wish? That's a pretty cheap thing to use a holy grail on. Wicked laughter. Honestly, the idea of using one fairy tale against another is damn amusing.
That's my childhood and nothing more. We were talking about which heroic spirit I would choose, yes? If I had a catalyst for that particular hero, that's the one I'd be inclined to summon. That's all.
Ha! But you end up summoning a bum like me. You've got no luck with men, huh? Cackling again. Seriously, she definitely looks like she hasn't gotten any luck with men.
Avenger, my current desire is to secure the Holy Grail and bring it back to the Association. I have no personal wishes to make with the Grail.
Yeah, I know. You aren't that resourceful. After all, you can't make a wish for something that doesn't exist. 0 times anything is still 0.
It is your turn, Avenger. I told you, now you tell me. What is your wish?
Huh? Nuts. She turned the tables on me. Actually, like my master, there's no wish I want to make using the Holy Grail. Sadly enough, there's just one thing that I voluntarily engross myself in these days. My wish? If I had to choose, I'd say I want to finish a picture. She's looking at me like a clueless idiot. When we get back to our hideout, she's gonna find that puzzle I was working on and yell at me for a more serious answer.
Wait, did you feel a strong burst of magical energy just now?
Sorry, don't have no magical energy detection. But if you want to know where it came from, I just saw it. Something flashed on the roof of that building. Bazzett's quick to react. She picks rock off the ground and, throwing it over her shoulder, runs towards the center building without as much as asking me to follow.
What's rock?
Frogger rock or whatever. Her, like, ball blade thing that she, like, punches to do counterattacks.
I'm gonna have to Google that.
It's like her go-to magic weapon thing.
I see.
Obedient as I am, I chase after Bazzett. However, it's still bugging me. Just what is that? Bazzett's carrying some kind of a tube.
Oh, thank God they're just gonna explain it.
Yeah. I thought that surely there's a weapon inside, but she didn't take it with her when that last free-for-all happened. I can't help but wonder about this funny container when it's being carried right in front of me. Hey, what's that? Bazzett's looking for the back entrance into the building. From what I can tell, she's pretty tense. Oh, come on, tell me, what is it? I'm being persistent, too. Maybe my sincerity got through to her. Bazzett stops moving and shows me the container. Length of observation, approximately 1 minute. After showing it to me,
Well?
yeah, I get it. There's a tea set inside, I bet. Whoops, pissed her off. Wrinkles forming on her forehead, she reluctantly takes the lid off. Several balls plop out. Size-wise, they're about the same as track and field shots, and about the same mass, I'd guess. Looks like it can hold no more than 5, but right now there are only 3. I see. It all makes sense now she's shown me what's inside. To think she was carrying this relic. I tremble in your presence, Bazzett Fraga McRemets. By the way, what are those? The mystery had only deepened.
I'm not going to dignify you with an explanation, but I'll have you know that this is not a tea set, at the very least.
She puts the spheres back inside and remounts the cylinder on her back. So she won't explain her trump card to someone she can't trust, I see. Moving on. You sure are a strong one. Got enough muscles in those shoulders to support that chest of yours? For somebody not using them at all, they're friggin' huge, you know? I tell her the objective truth as observed with my keen eyes. Bazzett stops dead in her tracks, turning around slowly like a rusted doll.
How charming. Your wittiness is occasionally accurate and daring enough to make me want to murder you.
Now this is more like it. This is how a master and servant should be. The anger she's radiating could end up with me dead if she figures I'll revive anyway.
Could you just imagine killing him out of spite?
Fuck it, we're resetting.
You know what? We're gonna roll it, run it back!
There's nobody on the rooftop. Only the sound of powerful wind is there to greet us.
I see that we are too late. There are certainly signs of someone being here, but it is impossible to find out where they escaped to.
Bazzett's looking down at the city from the edge of the roof. Something in mind already, I bet. As for what I'm doing, I'm wiping off the traces of blood on the floor with my feet. This is the highest place in Shinto. The moon seems a little lower than usual. Had there been a ladder or stairs, you could probably reach it. Even though most of the humans are gone, the city lights are still on. I gaze at all the life below, covered in dazzling prosperity. Not that I'm bored. It'd be no good to let myself be particularly impressed by anything, but for now, there's nothing wrong with this scenery.
Avenger?
Out of the blue, Bazzett appears next to me.
What's going
on? Oh.
That makes more sense.
It could go either way. Oh, yeah, okay. What's going on? Find anything interesting?
I saw multiple monsters of the type we encountered. From here, it seems that we can locate the familiars in Shinto visually.
Your eyes are looking obsessive. Instead of enjoying the city scenery, apparently she was glaring at the monsters wandering around Shinto. So what? We're gonna find the familiars master by watching them all night from here?
That is not realistic. The familiar appears to be expendable. As they do not return to their master, we will not discover her stronghold by observing them from here.
Yeah, it's not doing anything pointless. Glad to know my master's got some smarts, but going by what you're saying, oh, don't tell me.
Avenger, I want to wipe out those monsters. To do that, I need your help.
I knew this was gonna happen. Shit, why'd you have to be such a goody two-shoes? This is making me want to tear you apart. Gotta admit, it suits me better than ordering me not to drag in innocent bystanders, though. You fine with this, Master? I thought winning the Holy Grail was your objective.
Jesus.
Yeah, if it was a matter of the Master, these guys being in the way, I could understand. But I see this contradiction here with you wanting to wipe them out because they're going around killing people. I mean, you decided you're going to be a bad girl, but now you want to be a good girl? That's awfully convenient. Now then, I'm not trying to hide my hostility at all. It's pretty clear we'll end up in a fight to the death soon enough, the way things are going. One arm behind my back, I materialize my favorite dagger. That prediction I made about killing each other at least once is about to come reality 10 minutes later. I'd make a good profit. My policy is to wait for the opposition to come at me before I attack. It really is a pity, but we should do this at least once, huh?
You are correct. Yes, it is true that my objective is not to save others.
There's some hesitation. She wisely recognized it.
However, I do want to correct what is wrong. Now that I know, I can't look the other way.
She spoke like she's trying to tell herself that. Oh, how why's that? Because killing people's bad? Because letting them get away is bad? Or could it be that saving people is more important than the Holy Grail War? Probably all the above. That's why Bazzett's confined by these contradictions. If she thought that she was right, she wouldn't look so pinned. While trying to hold back her inner self that's contradictory for a magus.
Reasons are not needed for doing what one believes is right. No, I think that reasons must not exist, if one feels their actions to be right.
The words of reason and gain should not be used as shields, is probably what she's trying to say. Ah, there's some self-righteousness. The way you think is fucked up.
Yes, I do not need you to tell me that. I already know.
Had to get serious on me, didn't you? That's what she wants to believe to be the right way of life. On the other hand, the current Bassett Fraga McRemits is subordinate to the reason that's the association. It'd be fine if she was tough enough to get a good balance between both, but... Well, that's a wonderful ideology. You don't have to get that attached to the idea of justice. There's nothing behind it. Keep wooing it all you want, but you ain't gonna get anything in return. Say, why don't you think about joining a power that would give you some perks?
As I said before, I am also a member of the Mages Association. I prefer to be compensated just like anyone else. But that has nothing to do with it. I just want to live as correctly as possible.
Why would someone want to live correctly? That's said when the person doesn't think he's living correctly. So he struggles to show that he's cleaning his sinful side, even if only a little bit, by taking the right actions. Honestly. Seems just like Little Miss Serious. Basically, you want to be a virtuous person. What a clumsy, miserable way of living this human has.
Yes, that is probably true. But it was a wish that could not be granted. I am a person that is only appreciated for destroying. Virtue belongs to those that can be intimate with others, that are able to give to others. It is something that I will never gain.
To contribute to society, to save people, that's what virtue is. All she can do is destroy. A person that's unable to fix cannot truly gain trust, is what her eyes tell me. I think you're way off base, lady.
No, I cannot throw away my belongings to save the destitute, nor can I make a new organization. In the end, I am but a single cog, unable to ever get away from being an insignificant individual. A person like me should not be able to earn any great virtue.
Oh, please. I got seriously angry there. Not good. I'm actually getting into a serious conversation. That alone is totally wrong. You can't buy virtue with cash. Virtue's the stuff of the soul. That's not something you earn. You develop it inside of yourself, suffering all along the way. It's the same for any human, no matter how insignificant, no matter how powerless, no matter how worthless. It's a function everyone has at birth, a radiance refined by the will to move forward. There's no line drawn between good and evil. It is only those that aim for their peak as living being that the door to enlightenment opens for.
Do you mean that virtue, one's value, is not dependent on the evaluation of others?
Huh? Nah, if you're talking about value, all that matters is how other people see you. That's why we have virtue. That's why we try to improve ourselves. Parameters that are there to hook you up with somebody that'll buy you for more than you're worth. Improvement of inner space is linked to the improvement of external space. The more vain and lonely someone is, the more they cling to being a good person and feel ashamed of how pathetic that makes them. I'm so selfish for trying to be good just so people won't hate me, they think. However, what's wrong with that? It's okay to be proud of the desire to be accepted by others. Somebody who feels like that can definitely accept some other person who feels the same way. If that policy of yours is all for your own sake in the end, there's nothing wrong about it. That's where the good part of love, enjoying life with others, lies. Granted, she hasn't gotten to that point yet, and I doubt she'll ever realize it before she dies. Anyway, this woman's clumsy. But she's resourceful, so by some accident she wound up like this, seemingly able to accomplish anything. Bold, yet pessimistic. Self-reform that keeps putting you on detours. Knowing that you're wrong, screaming that it isn't a big deal, you struggle desperately towards the brighter path. Ha, so that's the kind of human I offered a hand to.
I had not expected such a remarkable viewpoint from you. Can I interpret this as meaning you have no complaints about my strategy from now on?
Yeah, nothing wrong with being a hero of justice, I guess. Seems like it'd feel good and all. Not so bad to be saving people from dying horribly every once in a while. Just hearing hero of justice makes me want to vomit, but that's the best word for it.
I did not expect that. I had a feeling you would despise the word justice more than anything else.
Hate it, but I like where it's going.
Huh?
First off, it doesn't change what I do. We wander around the city at night, kill other masters, and kill those monsters. Only priorities are now even. It's still right within my range. There's still plenty of life in Fuyuki. Until my master gets full, the cup isn't going to run dry. Never attaining victory, the two of us who know no death will overcome only defeat. Right, let's keep on doing this till you're satisfied, master. It's a part of the learning experience. Enjoy it till you get bored of it. Alone, I count the ravaging winds. From this tower, the closest to the heavens, the lights of the city look like fakes. The Holy Grail War will keep on going. The murders, my only amusement, will keep on going. Tomorrow we'll probably be defeated and revived yet again. Until the time comes, until Bazet decides to change her plan, I'll stick with her for the time being. This place is a far and deep, hollow sky. Anything gained is all going to be an illusion in the end. Let's keep on doing this till you're satisfied, master. It's a part of the learning experience. Enjoy it till you get bored of it. Having said that, we're switching. Good luck.
Woo! Let's keep on doing this until you're satisfied, master. It's part of the learning experience. Enjoy it until you get bored of it.
I don't think you said those lines right. It says
I guess I thought I was quoting you in my head. I see.
Oh, okay.
Having said that, my servant looked elsewhere. For whatever reason, his disposition changed. He ceased talking and is now quietly gazing at the nighttime scenery. Servant Avenger. Though it's not among the 7 classes, they say exceptions sometimes occur in the Holy Grail War. Avenger must be one of those. The notion of a heroic spirit meaning vengeance is a contradiction in itself, but the title of Angra Mainyu is an even bigger mystery. It is common among heroes to be recorded in history by the titles they gained later, and not by the names they were born with. The story that I told him of the hero of my homeland was also one of them. But the tone of the name Angra Mainyu is just too ominous. I must get his real name out of him one day, for his sake. Not that horrible one, but the name he was given at birth. Below, I see dark shadows wandering across the city, even with the Kenneth. The Kenneth? 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 What is this word?
No, I don't know. I don't speak Gaelic.
What do you mean? Even with the Kenneth rune of Farsight, all I can tell from here is the general state of Shinto. Fuyuki is divided into two by the Mion River. To see that it is going on in Miyama, which lies past the big bridge, I have no choice but to cross it myself. Those black monsters have to be hiding there. I wonder, what ritual are those monsters bound by? I've never seen that type of familiar, even in the association. Mysteriously, they seem to be operating under orders, yet apparently possess no intelligence of their own. Their actual purpose is unclear. Combat ability is fairly high, like large hunting dogs or feral monkeys with amplified humanoid form. A human without combat experience would be killed immediately with no resistance. A human with 10 years or more of involvement in martial arts and sports could put up a fight for several seconds provided the conditions were favorable, or, alternatively, escape. However, there are many. In addition to that, their appearance is physiologically repulsive, with claws that stick out like blades and a bark-like rough body. If attacked by several of them, a human would not survive without firearms. Also, that scream is just too discomforting. A shrill voice that the ears can't withstand, totally different from the roar of a beast. If insects that swarm together in the shadows possessed a vocal system, these are the kind of cries they would make, no doubt. Avenger doesn't seem to mind those voices. In the last fight, he dealt with those monsters as if it was simple work. But even then, his abilities are not something I would rate highly. His self-appointed title, the weakest servant, is correct. But while it is correct, it would be a joke for any heroic spirit to have a hard time against this kind of small fry, wouldn't it?
How was it a joke? I told you from the beginning that I was the weakest.
Wait, you can read my mind?
Nope, you look like you were thinking that, so I just said it. Well, it should be fun if I could. Your appearance definitely does not match what's inside, you know?
He laughs rudely. This man's crudeness does not suit me at all, and he is weak. And he is all talk. Looks like I'm going to have to take the lead on the rematch with Saber. But he is not all bad. The servant excels at not dying. He is unkillable to begin with, as he would simply revive after dying. That may have been the very reason for the composure that allowed him to become extremely good at fighting defensively. In that last fight, I dealt with being surrounded by felling enemies one by one in a matter of seconds. He, however, had completely held them off while being surrounded until I ran to support him. His fighting style will not allow him to win, but it will not cause him to lose either. That, I really don't want to admit it, but that is an outstandingly good match with my combat strategy. Yet stronger wind blows past me. From the corner of my eye, I see the flowing hair of the servant standing next to me. Huh? A primeval shaman enveloped by the winds of the wilderness. I see a vision of a simple figure taking nature as it is, living and dying along with it. Avenger, what was...
About time to get going. You figured out where the buggers are hanging out, right? They're not much, but they're still alive, so slicing up a few ought to be fun.
It was only my imagination. Avenger was only looking for where the monsters are.
I get it. Don't have to think that hard. You're pretty bad yourself, Master. In the end, aren't you telling me to kill any enemy I get my eyes on?
Skillfully twirling his brutal knife, he hooks his lip upward as if truly having fun. As long as he can kill something living, he's happy. Whether human or animal. They were originally the same beast anyway. I glare at my servant.
Yeah, okay, I take it back. I won't kill people. I only kill masters and those monsters, so don't look at me like that. Damn, this is no fun. What an anal retentive master. The only big thing she's got on her is her tits.
Still chattering, he disappears inside the building.
He's rambling to himself.
He's the worst. No matter what I say, he is still the same. With a sigh, I leave the rooftop. Above me is the ominous moon. Below me is the depths of the city. I have disgust and distrust for the servant I am fighting with. This Holy Grail war has given me nothing but cause for unease so far. Yet despite that, I am becoming attached to that servant, if only slightly more than yesterday. The servant that was gazing at the city, seeing his cold appearance, a contradictory thought crossed my mind for no apparent reason. That man is hopelessly evil, and yet, at the same time, could it be that he loves the human world just as much?